Hello fellow traders, it's Rafał Zuchowicz and welcome to my channel. In today's video I have something very special for you. You know already that I love to dismount all these myths about Ichimoku, all the bullshit circulating around the internet. And today I have something special because it won't be a mistake or a misunderstanding, you will name it yourself, from the internet, but from the very respected publication. This is the book, you can see it on the screen, by Sasaki Hidenobu on Ichimoku. This book was written between 92 and 93, 1992-93. The guy was voted for 9 years in a row the best technical analyst in Japan. So 9 years in a row, between 95 and 2003, he was holding the title. The book is, according to Japanese, like a great take on Ichimoku, but it's like a shrinked version of the original one. And why this video will be very important, and what message I want to give to you by exposing the mistake that there is in this book, is that the true Ichimoku is always in the original writings and original writings only. It even says in the intro to this book that you should read the original books. Without reading the originals, you will not know the true core. Plus, another message from me, just use your brain. Whatever you read, if you read this book, because this mistake here, it can be simply avoided just by using your brain. You don't need to read the original book, to be honest, to understand the mistake in this book. So let's have a look at one of the pages in this book. Page number 143. This graph, you might know this graph even from some of my videos, I used it. It says here that I wave equals another I wave. And here I wave equals the V wave. So what does it mean? That if we have a movement of, let's say, 10 days, then the fall might be another 10 days. In the same case here, let's say that was 15 days. This I wave, so then this pullback and another impulse might be another 15 days. There's possibility like that. And let's correct something here straight away. I mean, not correct, but let's take something out of the equation. So this part here, just forget about it, yeah, for now, for the sake of this video, because this is not in original writings of Goichi Hosoda. This is something that Sasaki brought to the table himself, and yeah, it's a waste of time. So, I mean, for this video. So let's just focus on these 6 examples. So again, there's like an I wave equals N wave, V wave equals V wave equals N wave, and N wave equals N wave. And now, out of these 6 examples, one is very wrong. And I give you time, please pause this video before I give you an answer and use your brain. Try to figure out which one is wrong. Or maybe you already know that. Maybe, it's not me discovering this thing. Interesting fact, by the way, before you pause this video, that this book was printed with this mistake for minimum 21 times, because mine is the 21st publication, so minimum 21 times. That's very interesting. So don't feel bad if you don't find this mistake, because apparently Japanese people didn't either for all these years since 92. Or maybe they did, but they're too lazy to correct it. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, pause this video, think about it, take your time. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, you can come back. It's YouTube. I will not delete this video for now, at least I promise. welcome back to the blackboards. Let's have a look at some waves. I hope you took the time and you were thinking and you've got the answer. Now let me show you my answer and let's compare them. Lower high and lower low. How would that look like? We have an A, B, C, D, and we call this movement an N wave. In a bear market, that would be our N wave. Yeah, so lower high and lower low. Another option is lower low and lower high. And this looks exactly this way. So we have a lower low in point C and lower high. And this wave is not an N wave. This wave is called an S wave. In that case, let's put these two waves together and let's see what we will get. So this is our first option, the ABCD, and then we put the second option. That's our N wave and that's our S wave. And this is exactly one of the pictures that you saw on the previous slide. That's the one stating that N wave is equal an N wave. But on the picture we have a beautiful N wave followed by a beautiful S wave, not an N wave. The same is true in this on this picture. We have an N wave in a bear market, so this is the one, N wave, followed by the S wave. So this graph should be called an N wave equals S wave, if we want to call this graph, or if we want to keep the N wave equals N wave, we need to change the graph. Let's have a look. How could we do it? How should we do it? So having an N wave, this is our first movement. If we want to have another N wave following this one, we would need to have an opposite movement. And there you go, there is another N wave, and this is called head and shoulders. So the formation of N wave equals N wave is nothing else but head and shoulders. So Sasaki was mistaken on this graph for some reason. I will show you something even more interesting. Just stay with me. Let's quickly recap what we said so far. We have a mistake on this graph. That's the N wave equals S wave, not N wave. If we want N wave equals N wave, then our first proposition was this is our N wave, and the second one would be going down. And in this case, we have two N waves, and then the second N wave, let's say it has 26 days, equals first N wave, that is 26 days as well. In this way, we get, the left shoulder, right shoulder, and the heads. And this is our formation, our head and shoulders formation. This is one of the scenarios, but let's erase it quickly and let's have a look. What if we want to do it the way that Sasaki was trying to do, or I don't know, someone drawing this unfortunate picture for him, and he was continuing the direction. Although, let me just mention that this is not necessary. There doesn't have to be a continuation, and the proof is as well in these pictures here. For example, the I wave is the bearish market, is the wave going down, and then the N wave is the reaction, so it's the bounce of the bottom or I don't know, whatever there is. We don't know what was happening before, but the I wave was going down and then the A wave is going up. So that means we don't need to have this continuation. But in that case, this is our N wave. And our first option is, so we continue as Sasaki, but we cannot go lower because now we will get the S wave. What we can do though, we can think this way, that this is our N wave and this is our second N wave. And in this way, we have a common area, this I wave, and then if we draw it nicely, we will have 26 days here and 26 days here. And this situation we call, let me write it, we call it Jugi. That's the name. So there is a shared wave, shared I wave in all this movement. And in this way we get two beautiful N waves and everyone is happy. Sasaki is happy, the trend is going up, and we are happy because we really have two N waves, not an N wave and an S wave. There is as well another option. Let's draw this one. So again, we have our N wave, then the pullback, we are going up, and let's say we give this S wave to Sasaki. But so what we need to do further to have our way, we need to create another impulse. And in this way, we get our N wave and our second N wave with an extra I wave in between, which isn't a big problem because, so that would be our 26 and that would be our 26. So now we have two N waves. So I said that this gap here is not a problem because this in Ichimoku is called Kakugi. Maybe not in Ichimoku, but in Japanese. So we have our Jugi and Kakugi. So Jugi would be the common space that we share between two waves, and Kakugi is not so common. It's some gap between two, in this case, N waves. So these are our options. We can bring back as well very quickly our head and shoulders and then divide it nicely. This was our 26 and 26. So yeah, this is our beautiful mountain, Mount Everest. Okay, so that's how it works, that's how it is, that's how it should be. There is a clear mistake in a book set because, as I said, this is the 21st edition. The screenshot is from 21st edition, so for 21 times printing this book, no one realized that there is the mistake. But what can you do? Sometimes it happens. Just a few more quick announcements. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe, like this video as well. If we hit 100 likes under this video, I have an idea. I might make a video on that book that we were talking today about, on Hidenobu Sasaki's book, why it was created, in what circumstances, and why there was no one to correct this mistake at the time, and that this mistake was carried further away. What's my opinion on that topic? It's very interesting. I might make a video as well on the original suggestions of Ichimoku Sanjin, which wave equals which wave, plus on the graph that I showed you before. Yeah, there are basically more mistakes in the way that there are some stuff missing, that Sasaki is claiming that this is it, but this is not it. There is more. So plus he put like for his own, it's quite a big percentage, 40% of his own stuff, and he missed the real ones from the books of Goichi Hosoda. So thumbs up, guys, leave the comment as well, let me know what you think about this video. I'm really curious. It's nice to have. I've tried to reply to every comment you give me and keep this community alive. Ichimoku is awesome. I think this video proves it just from like proving one little mistake. We were talking about head and shoulders, about jugi, kakugi, all these things here. I think it's really packed with knowledge, this video. So I'm happy. Let me know if you learned something or not. Have a great trading or just chart analyzing for your pleasure. You don't need to trade to have pleasure from analyzing charts and just finding out if you are right or not, if you can describe the here and now of the market, where we are and where we might go. All the best. Take care. Bye.